It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody. Welcome a Monday morning. Glad to be back with you after an absence of 2 weeks. But a little R&R is always good for us. I want to welcome Don Hamlet this morning with Absolute Kubota. Don, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you. Glad to have you back.
Hope you were well taken care of the last 2 Mondays.
Oh, yeah. Everybody did a great job in your absence.
You had Judge Barry Tatum on the 25th of September.
Yep.
And last Monday, the 2nd of October, you had Mark Hinesley.
Yep, they did a great job.
Yeah. I heard both of them. And in fact, out of the 10 programs, I know I heard 8 of them, and I did not hear Judge Inslee Hagen at all. I was up late. That's the only morning I probably slept till 8 o'clock.
There you go. There, boy.
And in the Thursday that Dr. Stum was here, I may have heard the second half. Honestly, I've forgotten. But want to thank them all. Judge Tatum, Jeff Dixon, Judge Inslee Hagen, Dr. Paul Stum, Kurt Baker over at Wilson Bank did a great job. Mark Hinesley, who we all know from Mount Juliet, Sarah Haston with the city, Larry Tomlinson, out of retirement to come here and fill in, David Hale and Ray Render. So, yeah, I heard they did a great job. Now, we're here, of course, with you, Don, to talk about Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main, where you hang out during your work week.
I do. We get over there and we get after it. You know, got a lot of good deals going on. October was a new month for us the last week, and that's when a lot of the new programs came out. We still have all the 0% financing on everything. We can get you on some of the smaller tractors. We can get you 0% for 84 months. So we can stretch it on out as much as you want, and you pay it off as quick as you want, no penalties. Just want to remind everybody in town that we have deals for equine, the horse people. If you're in one of the associations, we can get you some rebates there. If you're a first responder, retired military veteran, there's some Farmers Coalition things that we can get you involved in on there. First responders on lawnmowers, typically we can get you a few $100s off some Kubota lawnmowers and different things. So
this is something Kubota is doing for these particular.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just they have it going. I don't know. It would be hard for me to get on here every week. I would almost have to be your first and second guest here to go over all the different programs that they have. So if you come in, and we're speaking, please don't hesitate to say, hey, I'm a first responder or I'm a retired veteran. We can get you some different things. Like I say every week on here, we try to sit down and, get the customer to slow down just a little bit so we can ask you a few questions. May not ask all of them that I need to. So just remind us of these things and we can always get you some better discounts.
Well, that's great. And then you need to, everybody doesn't always know exactly what they need. They may think they do, but after talking with you, you probably convince them, well, you're really wanting one too big or you're asking for one that's too small, and you need to fit them to their needs.
We do. And we have a lot of people that just come in and they've done zero research on the line. They haven't watched any YouTube videos or anything, and they don't know what they want, So we just need to go out and we take a set of keys with us and go out on the yard and start checking things out.
Right, that's where you come in.
I hope so.
You do it every day.
I do it all day, every day, and sometimes we'll have people come in, and they'll apologize, and I'm like, no, that is why I'm here. If I didn't have you guys coming in wanting to look at things, they wouldn't need me. So, we love having them there. It is still probably at the tail end of time to be putting out your, overseeding, aerating, fertilizing. We have all of that stuff still in stock, ready to go. I like to remind everybody that we do have a few pieces of rental equipment. We do rent zero-turn lawnmowers if yours is getting serviced and you need one. We have the aeration machines that you can aerate your lawn. That's when you're going to punch holes in it so the oxygen can get down into your soils. We have excavators, skid steers. We have those things that you can rent right there with us. You go over to our service department. I know your next guest was talking about he's probably going to bring his tractor in for a little service work. It'd be a great time to do that. Even if you want to get your lawn equipment serviced at the end of the year instead of in April. I'll start talking in January every year. I'm going to start talking in October this year. to
Maybe
go ahead.
They'll come in January.
Maybe they'll come in January. Go ahead and bring your.
People tend to put that on.
They do. They wait till the last minute, and they want to make that last cut and put it up. But go ahead and bring it in, get it serviced, get everything done. We can check everything out for you, get your oils changed, and then that way, when next spring gets here, it's time to crank it up and go cut grass, and they're ready to go.
You sell a lot of trimmers and blowers.
We do. We sell a brand called Red Max. All of our commercial guys use it, and they all like it very good. It is the time of year for backpack blowers. Leaves are starting to hit the ground. So we've got all that stuff. I saw them setting up a bunch of them the other day and hanging them on the wall there in the showroom. So,
Well, blowers probably more than trimmers at this time of year.
this time of the year, yeah, because trimmer season's winding down here, but there are a lot of leaves hitting the ground. We were playing golf yesterday, and it was hard to find your golf ball sometime for all the leaves.
I know that there's a wealth of information at your website, www.absolutekubota.com, and that's a good place to start, isn't it?
That is a great place to start. You can get on there and just start looking at some different pieces of equipment and try to figure out, which piece is going to be suitable for you. We do have implements, which are your brush cutters, your box blades, your post hole diggers, all those different things. We have that stuff in stock, ready to go. And we do have a good supply of everything right now. Those RTVs we always talk about.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of those right now. So if that's what you're looking for your deer hunting, duck hunting season's all coming up, we can get you fixed up.
Whether they are RTV, recreational terrain vehicles.
That is correct.
But the recreation, it doesn't have to be totally for recreation. A lot of people use these otherwise.
Oh, yeah, they use them. We sell a lot to job sites and different things for moving around, and just on your farm for moving things around, going out checking your cattle and your fences. They're great pieces. And
it's it may not be as good exercise, but it's a lot more fun to ride one of them and check over them. And you go so much faster.
Well, you can go faster. Plus, you can get your work done a lot quicker.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just so busy. They got a lot of different things they got to do and get moved around.
Mm-hmm. All right, one more thing here. Your hours, you're open Monday through Friday from
7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And on Saturdays?
From 8 a.m. until noon through the weekend before Thanksgiving. So
All right.
Starting Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving's on a Thursday. Starting that Saturday, we will be closed for a couple of months on Saturdays alone. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for being with us, Don. Good to see you, and glad things went well while I was gone, that you were well taken care of.
We were.
You come back next Monday, we'll do it again.
See you then.
All right. Don Hamlet with Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main in Lebanon. And we're about 9 minutes after the hour now, and let me welcome my guest this morning, who is also known as the one and only Uncle Pete. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Pete. You messed me up there. Good morning, Wilson County and the surrounding areas. This portion of your program today is being brought to you live and in Technicolor by yours truly, the one, the only, the ever now and then good looking. Now here's my old buddy Coleman.
You're back on your old ways this morning.
Yes.
I tell you what, I was, as I said, I listened to most of the programs while I was gone, and I feel really good about this program. We're starting today, really. I'm starting my 31st year doing Coleman and Company.
Yeah.
It was on the second Monday in October of 1993 when we started, and so we've completed 30 years, and it's changed a little bit over the years and so on, but I remember when we first started, we had the 5-minute commercial, 5 or 6 minutes like we just did with Don for 5 people. You were one of those, I believe.
Yes.
And then when that got sold out, they came and said, would it be okay with you if we did this at the bottom of the hour? I mean, we got people who would like to advertise here, and it would be a way to do it. And well, sure, if we can make money doing that, that's fine with me. And it's been great to be, for the most part, sold out. Nearly all the time, all these 30 years. Not completely, but occasionally we'll have a vacancy, but it's not usually long till it's filled, and we're full right now. That's great.
Yes. In fact, I was going to talk to you today about see if you had a vacancy. We're wanting to get back on the air again.
Well, you don't need to talk to me about that, other than I'm not in sales. But
I understand that.
But we'll direct you to the right place.
The good thing about the anniversary of this radio station is the day before my birthday. I always remember it.
Your birthday is
October the 2nd.
okay.
I was
The day-
39.
right,
I was
got it.
39 years old this year.
You were closer to 93.
And on the 30th of this month, my dad will be 96.
Wow.
We went and got him yesterday and brought him up here. He had a good time.
Well, that's great. I still got to meet that gentleman.
I will try to do that, but you're a little bit early for him. He gets
Oh,
up
yeah.
about 8:30, 9
Yeah,
o'clock.
Yeah. Well, some of these days when he's going to be at the truck stop, I could come out there and we could maybe drink coffee or something and have a little
Now
conversation.
he'd enjoy that. He's a good talker. Yesterday I was showing him. We were talking about things when I was a kid, and he gave me a compass when I was 12 years old and was in the Boy Scouts and was getting ready to take a surveying class. And not only did he just give it to me, it was one that he had in Korea, made in 1949, U.S. Army Engineering Directional Compass. And he engraved my name on it for me and gave me a pouch, military pouch that came with it. I showed it to him yesterday, and he said, yep, gave you that when you was 12. You did that engineering thing and learned how to survey. And I said, yes, sir. Still use that today. And I said, but you taught me more about this compass than the class did.
Huh.
He took the time. We get out in the backyard, and we surveyed things in our backyard. You know, and that, to me, I remember that still today.
Mhm.
You know, that my dad took the time to show me something. This day and time, a lot of dads don't take the time,
Yeah.
and that's the reason we have a lot of juvenile delinquents.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, on a sort of different note here, one thing he probably didn't do a good job of, he didn't do a good job keeping you as a Vanderbilt Commodore.
Well, I did go to the games. I had a season ticket for a long time,
Well, I know.
but I was the only one in that group of gold that had only UT orange.
Well, my brother was I convinced him to pull for Vanderbilt till he got a little bit older, and then he switched. He couldn't take it anymore.
Well, I watch the Vandy games. I still do that, and I enjoy it. I just wish they'd win more, but
Yeah.
you know.
Too bad they couldn't have done a better job with Florida over the weekend, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, Vanderbilt did show up, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That
You
one
know-
was in Florida. Does anybody beat Florida in the swamp?
While you were gone, we lost a heck of a good job.
Yes.
Bernie Ash.
Yes.
Absolutely give you the shirt off his back. He was there for everything that involved a veteran. And we had a motorcycle ride Saturday, and they are naming it the Bernie Ash Memorial Run.
I am so glad to hear that.
I am too. It just tickled me to death.
I've known Bernie for a long time. He did several different things. I guess he probably did photography longer than
Yes,
anything else,
yeah.
but the Veteran Service Office and then mayor. And
Yeah, I saw a picture of him as when he first opened his photography studio, had black hair
well, always
and a beard.
always enjoyed having him and knowing him, and he could be funny at times, and
Yes,
a great guy. We're going to miss him. Well, it's time for us to take a break. We'll get to what's happening with our veterans here with Uncle Pete. When we come back, this is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, where premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 1506 West Main, 449-6171. Now in traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It's pretty crowded there at Donaldson Pike at M Hill Pike. It's heavy now on 65 southbound. They're trying to clean up that earlier range just south of Trinity Lane. It's starting to really slow down traffic flow in that area as you come down from the north there on 65 southbound. It's been quiet so far. I-40 through Dixon County. That's going to pick up here in the next few minutes, guaranteed. On 40 East as you head towards Kingston Springs, 24 is heavy. Also up through the Hickory Hollow area out of Rutherford County. Prince's Hot Chicken is hiring at all locations. You can check them out online today at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Debbie Jessen wishing WANT a very happy 30th anniversary. We appreciate what you do for our community. Thank you.
Hi, this is John McMillan from United Way of Wilson County in the Upper Cumberland, and we just want to wish WANT a happy 30th.
This is Barbara with Wilson Bank and Trust in Gladeville. I just want to wish WANT a happy 30th anniversary. Thanks for being here.
Hello, this is Hayden White with AG & Johnson Realty and Auction, and we want to wish WANT a happy 30th birthday. Congratulations.
Fiddler's Grove Historic Village invites you to the 13th annual Ghost in the Grove event on Friday the 13th and Saturday the 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the James E. Ward Ag Center. Storytellers will share history with a spooky ending. Take a mysterious trolley ride deep into the dark woods. Great family fun, food, and treats. $11 for adults 17 and over, $6 for ages 6 to 16. Discount tickets available online at fiddlersgrovetn.com.
I'm Michael Starr, a licensed local insurance agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency in Lebanon, Tennessee. Choosing the right Medicare plan for you can be confusing. Let me help you find a plan that best fits your needs and budget. Call 615-830-4875 to speak with a licensed insurance agent for a free appointment, virtually, by phone, or in person, to review your specific needs and help find a plan that's right for you. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed in all states and D.C. Service and product availability varies. Agents may be compensated based on enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us here on a Monday morning. We've got Pete Norman, Haywood P. Norman IV, known to us locally really as Uncle Pete because of Uncle Pete's truck stop. It's great way that you got that name for that, and I wouldn't mind hearing that story again real quick.
What, on how it became Uncle Pete's?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when we started, it was actually going to be North 40. And we already had everything printed up, and we were doing things. And my niece and nephew both worked for me, and they called me Uncle Pete. Well, then all of a sudden, some of my employees started calling me Uncle Pete. And then truck drivers started, hey, Uncle Pete.
Huh.
And finally, one day, somebody said, this place is known now as Uncle Pete. And so we changed the menus. I've still got a copy of the original menu.
I didn't even know that you had any other name.
Yeah, it was that was going to be our name, yeah. North 40.
Yeah.
And and it just it's it caught on and rightfully so. Yeah. And and it's hilarious. I go somewhere. I went and rescued my daughter in Georgia, and I stopped at a gas station right there in this little bitty town. And some guy walks in, hey, Uncle Pete, what are you doing over here? And he's a truck driver.
Yeah.
He said, and I said, what are you doing over here? He said, well, I just live up here. Whoa.
What's going on? We hadn't gotten to the veterans much this morning. But
yes. Let's talk about the new veteran. Oh, wait. There's an American Legion meeting tonight. We eat about 5:30. Going to meet shortly after the meeting, after the dinner, and usually winds up in 30 to 45 minutes. So if you are an American Legion veteran, come join us tonight. If you're not and you'd like to be in the American Legion, come join us. We will indoctrinate you and put you right in.
Free meal tonight?
Free meal.
All right.
Free meal.
And
yes.
If you like it, you can join. If you don't, you're not obligated.
No.
Yeah.
We won't hound you too much.
But you do need some more participants.
We do. All veteran units need more participation. And the thing that I try to drive home to the young guys, you guys need to join because we're the ones that protect your benefits and find things that you should have been told. The American Legion magazine every month has a one page dedicated only to things that have happened to veterans, things that you've been exposed to. Camp Lejeune is a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
They knew about that for years, but they didn't say anything. It was the American Legion, people complaining, and they started researching, started looking at it, and it all pointed back to the water. And they stood up in Congress and said, what are we doing? Why aren't we taking care of these guys? And now, not only is it the guys, It was their children. They drank the same water. It was their wives. It was all of these people in that community that drank this tainted water. And it's going to go on for a number of years taking care of these people.
Well, I've even gotten emails wanting to know if it would have pertained to me, and I guess thousands of others have too that
Exactly.
it doesn't even pertain to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you were a Marine and you or some of the other branches that went there for classes in schools, you were in the Navy, the Army, any of them, and you were in Camp Lejeune for more than 30 days, you need to register. You know,
You're going to get something if it didn't nothing bother.
If there's nothing wrong with you, if you don't have some of the problem. I got an 80-year-old veteran right now, spent 2 years in Camp Lejeune,
Okay.
and has got 4 of the problems, and they actually had the audacity to deny him the first time, and told him to reapply my. You know, what are they waiting for him to die?
Yeah.
And that, I hate to say it, but sometimes that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But these young vets, these 9/11 forward vets, they were exposed to some of the things worse than Camp Lejeune. I had a guy that was my bug man when 9/11 happened. His unit got activated. He went to Iraq. He was in the oil well fires and literally put ponchos on, and the oil rained down on him. When he got back, within a year, he started having problems, muscle problems, headaches and stuff. He is now 100% disabled, walks with a walker or a walking cane, and they said the muscle damage will never repair. He's that way for the rest of his life.
Well, is he being taken care of?
He's being taken care of, and as he should be. And there's a lot of these young guys that were in horrendous gun battles and ambushes and stuff, and have PTSD, and they're being taken care of as they should. And the new Veteran Center, that's what it's about. It is about a place for you guys to go, shoot a game of pool, play video games. We're going to have a couple video screens. We'll have some computers there. We'll have a gentleman that will come from the Veterans Association to help you with job searches. At some point, we're hoping to have somebody from the psychiatric department in Murfreesboro come over and actually be able to, instead of you going there to a hospital setting, come to our place. Mm-hmm. Lady actually gave me a couch the other day. She said, "Can you use a couch?" And I said, "Yeah, I got the office to put it in, my psych office." So,
well, what's being done physically to the
the sheriff sent us some gentlemen over there that were doing community service work. Mm-hmm. And they dug up all the bushes and stuff around the outside of the building. There's a little skirt there on the outside between the building and the asphalt. Once we got all of that up, we got one more stump to burn out and get out. Then we're going to plant poppies from Flounders Field in France. I got a bag full of them that they sent me, and we're going to put poppies in that area and keep them there. We'll just pull the weeds out, and that's it. And then we've got a little flower box in the top, and they're going to put blue and white flowers in it.
Reminds me of a poem. In Flanders Field, the poppies grow between the crosses, row on row, something like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got a 20-foot flagpole, and it will be. I'm gonna dig the hole today. If you're bored, want to exercise them arms, but we're gonna dig the hole and put the concrete around the mm-hmm. flagpole piece, and then once it sets, we're gonna put the flag up. We've got an eagle with a solar shield around it, or under it actually, that will illuminate the flag all the time. So once the flag goes up, other than removing it and replacing it and retiring the old flag, we'll keep a flag flying always. Under that flag will always be the POWMIA flag.
Yeah.
And that's also an invitation, to join us. We've got some people that have already got on our volunteer list to help keep it and maintain it. Got a lady the other day that said, when I lived in Alaska, this really good salesman sold me this Kirby vacuum cleaner. She said, I haven't used it in years. Would you be interested in it? And I said, well, yeah, it's got everything, right? She said, yeah. She said, I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it, but she said, it wasn't cheap. And I said, ma'am, I sold Kirby's once. They're not cheap.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sold magazines, too.
Yeah.
And I was at my dad's house yesterday when I picked him up. I did not know that Saturday Evening Post was still around.
Me neither.
It surprised me. I said, how long you been getting that? And he said, about 40 years. And I said, I didn't even know. He said, they made them smaller so
Yeah.
they can send them in the mail now.
But they don't have Norman Rockwell's paintings on there.
They do not, but there's a page in there about Norman Rockwell and has some of his drawings and stuff. And they've still got some of the same cartoons, but drawn by new people now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got a couple of minutes. You're meeting tonight. You'd love to have all American Legion's people and those who aspire to be part of the Legion.
If anybody
where's this
out
going to
there,
be?
huh?
Where are you going?
Oh, at the Veterans Center at the fairgrounds.
Okay. All right.
If you got an older car or pickup truck and you really don't need it and you don't really, you could live without the money if you had to. If you want to donate it to us, we can give you a charitable donation. We're a 501c. And I've got veterans who are walking, veterans who don't have a way to get to the hospitals and stuff like that and cannot afford to buy another car or buy another truck. So if you'd like to give us a reasonably good vehicle, we'd be happy to come and get it, take it off your hands. Any monetary contribution to the Lebanon Wilson County Veteran Center is greatly appreciated. We have had somewhere in the neighborhood of about $25,000 in donations so far. Well,
that's a good start.
That's a good start. That's a good start. Had one guy gave us a regulation pool table. And all we got to do is take 12 people and disassemble it and move it.
Well, the quality of a pool table is important, honestly.
Oh, this from this gentleman, this is the best. It wasn't one of these that you buy online.
Yeah.
This is the best.
Well,
and
that's good to
he
hear,
was
too.
explaining that when they take it apart, you'll have to have it refelted because the sheets of slate in there.
Right.
But I tried to pick up one corner. Forget that.
Well, you got some pool sticks.
Everything's with it.
Yeah, okay.
And somebody
great.
else, another lady had given me, she'd heard me talk about it here, a stained glass pool table light. It's about 4 feet long and about 18 inches wide. And I'm going to hang that right center over top of it.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah.
We're out of time. Pete, it's always good to have you. Thanks for coming in today, and hope you continue to do well with your mission here.
Well, as I always say, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, I'll be back again.
Right.
Come on out and see us.
That's part one of Coleman and Company. We've got more. We hope you'll keep it here, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford, that regular oil change, $39.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still seeing that heavy traffic right now starting to load up on 24 westbound and through the Hickory Hollow area coming in from Rutherford County. Still moving right now through Mount Juliet. It's just heavy where you would expect this time of the morning on I-40 West. Central Pike there as all that traffic comes through the Mount Juliet area as well. 65 still looks good up through Brentwood and Franklin. Smoky Mountain Fall Festival at Obergatlinburg going on now through the end of the month. Check it out, obergatlinburg.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
We're the Mount Juliet Plumbers, and we're just a phone call away. We know that if you're having a plumbing problem, you're not having a very good day. So give us a call right now, and a plumber will be on his way. At 615-733-5665. Call 615-733-5665. Call your local plumbers over here at Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection. We install water heaters, water lines, new toilets, and do general repairs at 615-733-5665.
Gregory Dental Group in Lebanon is a family dental practice located across from Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. They offer cosmetic procedures, dental implant services, and now featuring new digital dentures. Premium dentures in just 2 appointments. No insurance, no problem. Call about our discount plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Derek Gregory. In my office, you can count on compassionate staff who will truly listen to you, take the time to get to know you, and discuss your personal needs. I look forward to meeting you.
Gregory Dental Group, 444-0322, West Medora Parkway across from Gibbs Pharmacy.
Now's the time to get a great deal on proven Kubota farming equipment. Tractors that are adaptable, versatile, and rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Hay tools that are backed by a 2-year warranty. And durable Sidekick utility vehicles and SSV skid steers. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 48 months now through December 31st. Visit KubotaUSA.com for full details.
Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main, Lebanon.
When it comes to Medicare plans designed to meet your needs and budget, there's no place like Farm Bureau Health Plans. We've got Medicare Advantage plans, Medicare supplements, Part D, dental, vision, designed with folks like you in mind. Visit our office at 214 North Castle Heights here in Lebanon. You can see Charlotte Webster for your Medicare or other health plan needs. You can always get a quote for auto, home, life insurance, and also commercial insurance. And again, West Dugan, Farm Bureau, Castle Heights office.
The beautiful stretch of weather continues for this week as well. Columbus Day Monday, your forecast, mostly sunny and a high of 72. Tonight, partly cloudy down to around 43, sunshine and 70 for your Tuesday. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm Stormy Clausen.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part 2 here on a Monday morning. Billy Mullinax, good morning to you.
Good morning, Coleman.
Would you like to welcome me back?
Well, welcome back, Coleman. Judge Tatum and Mark Hinsley did a fantastic job, as they always do.
Yeah.
They do phenomenal. But there's only one Coleman Walker.
That may be good, it may be bad, but that is true. There's only one.
There's only one, and we're very thankful that you're here.
Well, thank you so much. We're thankful to have you. We appreciate all of our advertisers. And, of course, Billy Mullinax is General Manager for Mount Juliet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 600 Pleasant Grove Road in Mount Juliet. So what's going on?
Well, good volume in vehicles is going on, Coleman. We've still, we've been around that 200 mark now for quite some time in new vehicles on the ground there, and we're still there. So we'll sell some and we'll get a few in.
Yeah.
We'll sell some and we'll get a few in. But it's so, for about a year and a half, we went through those times where if you were looking for a new vehicle, so many times people would have to settle for something that was not exactly what they were looking for. And it's just not that case anymore. You can pretty much find, even down to the color that you're looking for.
Well, I don't know about trim. Some people may not care, but the color of a car, I'm pretty particular about
yeah.
And for a long time I've had a white car.
Yep.
And I like a white car because you can't see the dirt as much.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't have to wash.
It's practical, Coleman. It's very practical.
Well, okay, but that's a good point. You've got a bigger selection, so the chances of getting one, even the color you want, are better now.
Yes, it is, and so I would encourage people to go to our website and take a look. And a lot of times you think, well, they probably not going to have what I'm looking for, or the price is too much, or but Coleman, Won't you tell people about our website?
Well, I think I will, because you can find the entire inventory of new and pre-owned cars at MountJulietCDJR.com.
Might even see your neighbor there, Coleman.
Somebody almost forgot that the other day.
Yeah.
I forgot which one it was. Whether it was, I believe it was Mark that waited to the last minute with a little reminder from you.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Well, Mayor Hutto, he kind of scolds me a little bit if I don't get that in. So I have to get that in every week, or he may say something to me. So we don't want to forget that. Our website, Coleman, is so very important because most people start there.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about ours is that you can go there, you can shop, you can view prices. All without having to submit any information, any personal information about yourself. We clearly post everything. And then if you find something that you like, you never have to submit anything. You can just show up on the lot there at 600 Pleasant Grove Road, and somebody will be glad to show you that vehicle. Or if you want to get a little more information about it, or maybe you want to know, approximately what your trade might be worth.
Mm-hmm.
And while we're on that, Coleman, when somebody is wanting a trade value without the vehicle being there, we're going to give you a realistic value, but it's going to be a conservative value because let's face it, everybody thinks their car is in excellent condition. And, the third-party source of Carfax says that there's only about 3% of the used vehicles that are excellent. And so everybody's is always excellent till you start pointing out little things like dents, dings, scratches, tires worn out, those kind of things. But the way to always get the best value out of your vehicle is to be there. Yeah. When we can put our hands on it and actually know exactly what we would be trading for, our appraisers are going to step up and give you the most money for your vehicle.
Well, all that's good to hear. And, of course, if it's roadworthy or you can make it roadworthy, you're going to have it there to resell. And that's where you probably get a lot of your pre-owned cars.
We absolutely do.
Well, Billy, good to see you. I'm glad you got well taken care of, and you're going to take just as well, maybe better care of your customers, and I hope they'll come to see you at 600 Pleasant Grove Road there on the easy side of Mount Juliet.
The easy side of Mount Juliet.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you next Monday.
Have a good day.
All right. Billy Mullinax, General Manager, Mount Juliet Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 615-784-1155. We are 21 minutes before the hour. And this morning, my guest for part 2 of Coleman and Company is right here with us, and I'm talking about Mr. Ed Kelly with Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection, also known as the Singing Plumber. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Good to see you again.
You've been out, huh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, gone a couple of weeks.
Sometimes my radio on my truck doesn't get the best connection because of all the wiring and stuff that came with it, and so I don't get to hear you every morning, but I'm glad you're doing well.
Well, everything's going fine, I think. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I've got some great news. My wife had our baby girl.
Oh.
And we named her Deborah Hope Kelly. And I asked God, I pray to God about a lot of the decisions that I make in my life. And one of those things is what he wants us to name our children. And so this time I asked God what to name her, and he doesn't always give me an answer right away. But about a week before she was born, Coleman, God gave me a name for her, and I was thinking to myself, well, God, that's kind of early. She's about 5 or 6 weeks from now, and I thought, well, but then sure enough, my wife picked up my 3-year-old, and I think that caused her water to rupture a little bit. And so then we ended up having to have the baby early.
Yeah.
And the irony between all this is she was born on 9:16, which is September the 16th, and in the book of Judges, chapter 4, it talks about Deborah, and verses 9 through 16 is pretty much the verses that the whole reason Deborah was even written about in the Bible, believe it or not. And so Deborah gave hope to the Israelites to go in and destroy the enemy, which is kind of ironic right now about what's going on.
Right.
But I've also got a guest here.
Well, wait, so it's Deborah Hope Kelly.
Deborah Hope Kelly, and
Doing fine?
She's doing wonderful.
Great.
And you know, she's home now and safe, and she's growing. She was born 4 pounds and 14 ounces, I think. So not a real small baby, but because she was early, she's smaller. But
well, glad to hear everything's going well. Okay, you have a guest.
Yes.
Good morning, Coleman. It's a great day to be alive.
Good morning, Senator Mark Pody. Good to see you today.
Coleman, it's great to be here. And I did see pictures of the baby, and the baby looks really, really good. And I'm so glad that
and favors the mother, of course.
Absolutely. But you know, it's ironic because we are talking about Deborah in the Bible a little bit, and Israel is under attack. And Coleman, that's a very, very serious thing. And I know sooner or later this could be affecting the United States as well as, you know, us here locally. So I think there's a whole lot more going on in Israel than what meets the eye at the moment. This is just the start of something that's going to be a whole lot bigger coming up, I think.
Yeah, and this was a surprise sneak attack, and they have taken some people hostage, even some Americans, I understand, from the news reports.
Yes, and of course, you know, in the Jewish calendar, this was one of their holy days,
Right,
and they were celebrating this week, and they just got the money, of course, from being released, the $6.5 billion that we released Iran, and Iran is a big supporter of Hamas, and shortly thereafter, now they're coming in and bombing, and there were thousands of bombs. And what was interesting is the Iron Dome that supposedly was going to be protecting them. A lot of these bombs got through anyway, and I know that's got to be relooked at on protection because, you know, we have some of that protection ourselves for missiles coming over here, and there was definitely a breakdown in that happening.
Yeah, I don't normally watch Meet the Press, but I did watch that yesterday, and they were talking. It was quite a good interview, and about. Of course, the ambassador from Israel to this country wouldn't say a lot, but I think they did not suspect this. This caught them off guard a little bit.
It absolutely did, and I think they're close because they're in negotiations with Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia, I think, was getting close to recognize them as a nation, and so there was some good things happening, and this definitely put a kink in it. And one of the things that we had done was we just celebrated the tabernacle here in Wilson County, and Ed Kelly, of course, our plumber here, is one of our supporters that did that, and we had over 5,000 people come through this representation. Coleman, this was the biggest event that I've ever been involved in here, myself putting this on, and it was so many people. We had hundreds and hundreds of volunteers come through. We had a lot of different churches. It was a time for many churches came together and supporting the single cause of this, which was grateful, and I was so glad to see that.
Did you extend the time out a couple of days?
Yes, we did. You know, we originally just were going to have it one day on Saturday, and we thought if we could get 1,000 people in there, we were going to be really successful. But it just kept growing and growing, so we ended up renting it for Sunday, and it went into Monday as well, and we had school kids come in on Monday.
Well, I'm sorry I was out of town and missed it. I would like to have seen what you had. We're about time for a break, but before we do, Ed, we need to get in a little bit of word about your plumbing and leak detection. That's what you're doing when you're not doing something else. And I hope business is good.
Business is good. You know, plumbing problems break. People have plumbing problems randomly, so, you know, if it's at 3 a.m. or at 2 p.m., you know, we're there for them, you know. It just, that's what we do. We just...
well, if a situation's bad enough, you need help immediately. And, of course, you want help fairly immediately anyway. But, I mean, if you've got water running all over the place, you need to stop. And if you can't call...
Yeah, sure. The other day, we got a call from a lady that had a water heater that had bursted.
Mm-hmm.
And they had went in there that morning, and everything was dry. They went in there that afternoon at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and there was water all over the floor.
Yeah.
So you never know when a plumbing problem is going to happen. And, but at least now you know who to call. So put our phone number, 615-733-5665, in your cell phone so that you'll have us on speed dial.
All right, 615-733-5665, Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection, and the guy's name is Ed Kelly, and it's time for us to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, where premium brands require premium parts and service. Contact Absolute Kubota's Elite Certified Service Department to schedule an appointment. 1506 West Main, 449-6171. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Still a lot of traffic volume right now trying to get out of Rutherford County, leaving Murfreesboro towards Nashville on 24 West as it starts to bunch up. They are up by Bill Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway. It's moving right now through Mount Juliet, just busy traffic on 40 westbound. Here at Central Pike, traffic's on the increase in out of Dixon County on I-40 East as you head towards Kingston Springs. Smoky Mountain Fall Festival is going on now through the end of the month at Ober-Gatlinburg. Check out all the details today at obergatlinburg.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
I'm Michael Starr, a licensed local insurance agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency in Lebanon, Tennessee. Choosing the right Medicare plan for you can be confusing. Let me help you find a plan that best fits your needs and budget. Call 615-830-4875 to speak with a licensed insurance agent for a free appointment, virtually, by phone, or in person, to review your specific needs and help find a plan that's right for you. Health Markets Insurance Agency Incorporated is licensed in all states and D.C. Service and product availability varies. Agents may be compensated based on enrollment. No obligation to enroll.
Mount Juliet Plumbing is the company to call it. Mount Juliet Plumbing. We can fix it all. So if you're having a plumbing problem and you're needing it solved, come on, Juliet Plumbing today. We will fix it right. That's the Mount Juliet Plumbing way. Give us a call today over here at Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection. We do water leak repairs, water heaters, slab foundation leak detection, and so much more at 615-733-5665.
Hi, this is Alex Major, the director of the Jimmy Floyd Family Center in Lebanon. We just want to wish the staff and employees of WANT-FM a happy 30th anniversary.
Hello, this is Jackie Murphy, Wilson County Registered Deeds. I would like to wish Real Country 98.9 happy 30th anniversary.
This is David Hale wishing WANT a happy 30th anniversary and thank you for 30 years of music, sports, news, and fun.
We continue here on a Monday morning. Thanks for joining us. Our program presented this morning, at least my guest, I should say, is Ed Kelly, Mount Plumbing and Leak Detection. And you might want to write this phone number down, 615-733-5665, 5665. We've congratulated you on the birth of this baby girl, born a little bit early, Deborah Hope, and a great name here, and as you've already explained that for us. One thing we might mention here, Senator Pody, of course, is with us in this event that he had. The King is coming, and 5,000 people attending. You were one of his big sponsors for this. And you might just tell why you feel that way and why you wanted to support the senator.
Well, like I said, I make a lot of my decisions, really most of my decisions, through prayer. And I want God to be okay with the decisions that I make. And so it's just the reason that I supported this event is because I prayed to God and he wanted me to support this event. And I wish that I could have been more involved physically, but due to the fact that little Debbie came so early, we were kind of crunched for time. I did actually have a musical instrument table there, and it actually, I was surprised how many people were interested in it. But, you know, I love doing ministry. That's what I love to do. You know, that's what's in my heart. Obviously, you know, I've got to make a living. So plumbing and music is what I do. Can't give that away for free. But, you know, I was able to I really enjoyed the event. It was amazing.
And so Ed was actually one that did what was the musical instruments back in the time of Moses. So all of his musical instruments that he had on his table displayed, this is what they were actually playing. Okay. And it fit perfect because he's the singing plumber. And so he had the music table with all the instruments. And I thought that was a great addition to what he did.
Any particular name for some of those instruments?
Well, there's the shofar, which is still around. What I did find that was interesting is that, the Israelites, they were in Egypt for over 400 years. And so when God parted the Red Sea and opened it up for them to escape Egypt, they carried what they had with them. So a lot of the stuff that they had came from Egypt. And so a lot of the instruments that they would have had also came from Egypt. And so when you look at these stringed instruments and the harp, there's different names for them. Mm-hmm. It just is interesting how our instruments have kind of evolved into what they are today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where did you get these?
I didn't get any actual instruments that were ancient. I mean, trying to get an ancient instrument would have been impossible. But I had some displays, and then I had some more modernized instruments that people could kind of play around with. We were just a very small element of the event. The main thing was the tabernacle, and that was an amazing thing. And there were several.
Thought about the musical instruments at all, other than maybe the shofar, but
there were so many people at this event that made it possible. And I just want to thank everyone that volunteered and that worked throughout the night to put the tabernacle up and throughout the day. I mean, this was a big deal, and it took a lot of effort, and I just want to thank everybody for their efforts.
Well, Senator, no doubt you are well pleased, and I'm wondering, I guess the question I've got is, where do we go from here?
And I don't have an answer on that yet. I know we're going to be praying through to see what the next step is. But it was, like I say, Ed was saying, there were so many different people that did volunteer, and we just appreciate all the hard work. I do got to give a plug out for Ed's plumbing business as well, because our bathroom, we're actually redoing one of our bathrooms to make it handicap accessible. So I just told Ed I need to come over, take a look at redoing our shower and all that kind of stuff, so we can get, eventually if we need to do a wheelchair or whatever in there as well. So, he's done a lot of plumbing for me in the past, so I want to make sure we give that plug. But it was people like Ed and others that supported the tabernacle that made this possible. And like I said, so many churches. It wasn't one denomination. It was just so many different churches came together with a common goal to say, hey, we want to work together to bring this to Lebanon.
Well, I don't think anybody else has come up with such an idea before. And I guess when I first heard about this, I thought, however authentic, the more real you can make this thing, the better. And that's not easy to do. Probably a lot of research by somebody had to go into this. And I know you were telling about the dimensions. You got them as exactly the same length and width and breadth or whatever, as close as you could from what's written in the Bible and what we understand. A cubit, there is some controversy about how long a cubit is, but most people say a foot and a half, I think.
Yes, so it's basically supposed to be in the Hebrew arm from the elbow to the middle finger and such, but every person's a little bit different depending if you're a big guy or a little guy, but it's just under 18 inches is what it is. That's at least what most people will come into, but we had the right outfits and, we had costumes made, everything. I'd love to see it at the state fair sometime, to see if we could set it up somewhere. No one would have to be outside, I would imagine, but I think that would be a great draw for people from all over to see this come as well. I think that would be awesome.
Well, you had told me, I think some people in some other parts of the country, maybe 2 or 3 places, maybe have done this sometime or another, but the ideas even entered your mind or somebody's mind to maybe have a permanent thing like they have the Ark up there in Kentucky. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, somebody's actually approached us with some land down by Smyrna, right off of 24, that they might donate some land down there for us to put it in there. But then we have to build a building and everything else like that, and we're just going to pray through and see what God has next on this. But it has been an incredible draw. A lot of people were very, very, very interested. And it goes back to what Israel was, the Jewish nation. And right after that happened, again, we're going back to the attack. We just think that there's a lot of things going on that's connected here in the world that we're living today. I think that there's a lot of things changing, and we got to be watching very carefully what's happening.
All right, we got about 4 minutes left here this morning. Ed, what else is on your mind?
Well, Coleman, I don't like to go through one of your shows without playing one of my country music songs, and so I think this song we're going to play. It's the title of my album, "A Part of Me Died." It's also the title of the song. You can get that song, or you can buy the whole album at edkellymusic.com, and I think MJ's going to play it for us.
Okay, let's hear it.
Free as a bird, flying in the sky, still thinking about the woman that used to be mine, and I'm wondering why I ever said goodbye. Well, I got what I wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted. I guess that's how it goes. Oh, if I could have her back, I'd be there in a breeze. Guess there's only one way to know. I've got to learn from this mistake and never make it again, 'cause I don't like the way it ends, saying goodbye. Made a part of me die. Driving down this road, listening to the radio, I haven't got a clue as to where I'm gonna go. And I'm wondering why I ever said goodbye. Whoa, yeah, I am wondering why I ever said goodbye. Well, I got what I wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted. I guess that's how it goes. Oh, if I could have her back, I'd be there in a breeze. Guess there's only one way to know. I've got to learn from this mistake and never make it again, 'cause I don't like the way it ends, saying goodbye. Made a part of me die. It's time to turn this truck around and head back into town. And while I'm on my way, I'll try to think of what to say to her, while I'm wondering why I ever said goodbye. Whoa, yeah, while I'm wondering why I ever said goodbye. Well, I got what I wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted. I guess that's how it goes. Oh, if I could have her back, I'd be there in a breeze. I guess I'm about to know. I've learned from this mistake, I'll never make it again, 'cause I don't like the way it ends, saying goodbye. Made a part of me die, saying goodbye. Made a part of me die.
All right, there we have Ed Kelly, and name of that again?
A Part of Me Died.
All right. Well, we're just out of time here. Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you next month. Senator Pody, thanks for being with us today. And Ed, one more time, Mount Juliet Plumbing and Leak Detection, 615-733-5665.
And I just want to say, let's pray for Israel and peace in the Middle East.
All right. Good way to end our program this morning. We hope you'll join us tomorrow. Until then, I wish you a magnificent day.